What's up guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to learn how to plot an AutoCAD sheet. You may be a mechanical engineer, civil engineer, interior designer or an architect for that matter. If you know how to plot an AutoCAD sheet, that is very helpful skill which will help you in your career, or maybe you're a student in your school for some projects. Knowing AutoCAD will help you in the long run. So yeah, in this video we are going to make this sheet, to be precise. All the things which are there in this sheet, we are going to try to replicate it in AutoCAD using tools like line, polyline, circle, arc, hash, move, copy. Basically we are going to touch every function a beginner needs to know before getting starting into AutoCAD. So this video will be a very good base, and from here on you can build your AutoCAD skills and excel. So before we get started, please like, comment and share my videos, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and help me reach my 1000 subscribers. Your support means a lot to me. So let's say first up we are going to make this rectangle. So as you can see, the dimensions is 4 meters by 3 meters and it is having 2 circles and there are these lines. So let's try to make it. So let me choose line. You can choose line by clicking the left mouse button and hovering over line function and clicking the left mouse button, or using shortcut, which I would recommend. The shortcut for line is L followed by a spacebar. So let's say I want to start from the center. So the line tool is saying me that specify the first point. Obviously center's coordinate is 0, 0. So let me put 0 in the X bar, tab, and 0 in the Y bar, and press enter. So now I am having a line which is starting from the center or the origin of the sheet, and as we can see, the line's length is 4 meters. So let me make a line that is parallel to x-axis and whose length is 4 meters. To make it exactly parallel, we need to turn on this ortho mode. You can turn it on by clicking on this perpendicular icon or pressing the F8 key. So let me type 4 followed by enter. Now its vertical height is of 3 meters, again 3 followed by enter. Then I can again type 4, but since I've already know the point where I have to end, I can project it. So basically all I have to do is bring my cursor to that point and just bring it upwards. So automatically the AutoCAD will show what is the point. You can see an X. So just left click on that point and close this rectangle. So basically I'm having a rectangle of length 4 meter and with 3 meter. After that I have to make a circle, 2 circles to be precise, on the left hand side vertices, right? And the dimension of the circle is not given to me. So I'll make some random circle. You can choose circle from the top bar or use the shortcut key. Shortcut is C followed by space bar. Then specify the center point. You can click wherever you want your circle center to be. Let me click here, and then you can specify the diameter or radius. Let's say if I want to specify the diameter, click on diameter tab, then enter the diameter. Let's say I want a diameter of 1 followed by an enter. So this is now a circle of diameter 1. It looks big to me, so let me shrink it in size. Let me do it 0.3. Okay, this looks good. Okay, now I'm having one circle. Now again I want a circle of same dimension so that I can put a circle over here. Instead of making again circle using the circle command, I can just copy it. You can use the copy from this point, this place, or you can use the shortcut key. Shortcut is C, P, spacebar, and just specify a base point from where you want to copy. Let me choose center and then move up and just drop it over here. So yeah, and then I have to make 4 fillets, and the radius of fillet is 0.655. okay, so to make a fillet you can choose fillet fillet is from this icon, fillet, or you can type F followed by spacebar and then select the lines about which you want to make fillet. This line, and then specify the radius is 0.655, enter, specify the last line, You can see a preview. If you're happy with it, then left click it and it's done. So let's say I have to make fillet over here, and this point also. So I can press the spacebar key. So what spacebar will basically do is it will again bring back the function which you've used previously. So once I press spacebar, now it is having, now the AutoCAD knows that I have to make a fillet of radius 0.655. I don't have to put the dimensions again. So just left click, just click the points where you want to make fillet. Again spacebar, click the points where you want to make fillet. Again spacebar, click the points where you want to make fillet. So basically now I want to move both the circles to the center of each fillet. So let's select the circle. To move, you have to use the command M followed by spacebar. Now it will move. You have to specify a base point. So let me choose center of the circle, and since I want this to be around the center of this fillet, first let me turn off the ortho key. Ortho mode is off. Now the moment I hover my cursor over the arc, you can see a neon color X, which basically indicates the circle of that arc. So just let me drop that circle by pressing the left mouse button. Okay, so that's done. In the similar way, I'll move this also. Select it, use the command followed by spacebar, specify a base point. Let me take it as the center. Then hover over the arc. Automatically the center point will be shown. Move towards the center point, left click, and we are done. So after that I have to make this rectangle. Again the dimensions are not given, and I have to make this horizontal line. So to make a rectangle, you can use the rectangle command or just select the rectangle from here. The command for it is REC followed by spacebar. You have to specify the first corner point. Let me select a random point like this, and you have to give your x coordinates and y coordinates. So let me choose my x coordinate to be 0.5, tab, the y coordinate to be 2. So now I'm having a rectangle whose width is 0.5 and length is 2. Let me move it inside the rectangle. So you can use the M followed by spacebar key, specify a base point, and just move it wherever you want to move. So let's say I want the center of this rectangle and this rectangle to coincident. I can do that also. Let me select this rectangle first, then use the move command followed by spacebar, and then the moment I hover my cursor over any line of this rectangle, a triangle basically indicates the center point or the midpoint of that particular line. So let me select it from that midpoint and then move towards the midpoint of this particular line. Okay, so I'm having basically the rectangle is aligned about this axis now. Now let me move it parallel. Now let me move it about the center. Again I'll choose the same center point and let me move it in this fashion, and I have to trace the center point of this line. So just let me move over this particular line and see it is showing triangle which indicates the midpoint of that particular line. So I'll hover over it. The moment I find triangle, I'll drop it down. So a neon color line will come, and this basically shows that we are on that particular midpoint. And let me click left key. So now we are done. So basically now the center of this smaller rectangle and this bigger rectangle are coincident with each other. And then here they are making 4 lines. So let me make 4 random lines. Use the LSpace command, specify a first point, this vertex, and then just suppose you want to make a line of 63-degree angle, you can do that too, and whose length is of 0.4. just enter the value 0.4, and for angle press tab and give the angle with respect to x-axis. Let's say I want to give an angle of 63 degrees, 63.5 degrees, and also I can give 63.5 degrees, enter. So this is a line whose length is 0.4 meter and angle with respect to x-axis 63.5 degrees. So yeah, and I want to make a line In the similar fashion over here also, I'm just making a random line. And let's say I want to make a line over here and here also as a sheet. What I'll do is I'll make a line in the center and try to mirror those both the lines about this particular vertical line which I drew right now. So let me select this line and this line and then use the mirror command. Mirror command is MI followed by a spacebar, and then just select the first and last point of the line about which I want to mirror. This point, and the pop-up comes which shows erase source object. If you want to erase it, then you can press Y, and if you don't, just leave it 10. Press enter and the line will come. You can read this vertical line now. So basically, so far we have made this particular drawing, and now let me make this drawing. So this is basically rectangle followed by another rectangle, and the rectangle, the smaller rectangle dimension is 2.5 meter by 2 meter. So let me make a rectangle. Let me choose the line function, L followed by spacebar, then make a line of length 2 meters, which is parallel to this red axis, so that is the x-axis. So turn on the ortho mode 2, then make a vertical line of 2.5. Okay, so this is wrong, I have done something wrong. Make a vertical line of 2.5, enter. Okay, this looks right. Again 2, and then close the rectangle. Okay, so now we are having rectangle length 2 meters and breadth is 2.5 meters. I have to make again a small rectangle. The length of this particular line from the beginning line is 2.625. So let me do that first. So let me use the offset command again. The offset command is used by OF followed by spacebar. And the first thing you've got to do is basically select the distance through which you want to offset. So in our case it is 2.6225. Press enter. Then you got to select the object which you want to offset, this line, and about where, the right hand side of that line or left hand side. Obviously we want on the right side, so we'll click on the right hand side. Click. So now we are having a line which is 2.6255 meters away from this particular line. So but as you can see from the picture, it is slightly bigger, and by what dimension it is not actually mentioned. So I'll make a random increment in the length. Let me increase it by 0.3. Press enter. Here also I'll increase it by 0.3. Press enter. Then again use the line command to close this particular rectangle. So followed by spacebar, select the first point and just select the last point. This way I can do it. So we are somewhat getting into shape, and again there is a circle over here, and then there are two different types of fillet. One is over here, both of them are having the same dimension, the other one is over here. So let me first make the circle. The circle is exactly the center of this particular rectangle, and the radius of the circle is of diameter. This symbol denotes diameter. Diameter is of 1 meter. So let me make a circle using C followed by spacebar. Specify a center point. You can specify it anywhere. We'll later on move it. Then just go to diameters part, click on diameter and enter the value. It's 1. Diameter is 1. Then enter. So now we are having a circle of diameter 1. Now we want to align it on the center of this particular rectangle. So you can make a line from the middle of this line. Again make a line from the middle of this particular line. The triangle represents the midpoint of line. So now basically the intersection of both the lines will be the center of the entire rectangle, and that is where we want our circle center to be. So you can select the circle and move the circle using the move command and followed by spacebar. Then the X basically denotes the center of the circle. Left click on it and move it towards the center of this particular line. Now once you have aligned it, you can remove these lines. Just select and press the delete key. Select, press the delete key. So now we are having this circle, and the circle of the rectangle is concurrent. So let me make fillets. Now the dimension of the fillet is I think 0.5, and this fillet has a dimension of 0.12. So let me make a bigger fillet first. The command for fillet is F followed by spacebar. Select the object you want to fillet, give it a radius is 0.5, enter, select the second line. Okay, now if I want to repeat the fillet, then just press spacebar, select the first line, select the second line. That's done. Now I have to make a second fillet. So now I cannot spacebar, because spacebar, the moment you press spacebar, the AutoCAD comes to know that you want to use the same function which you used previously, that is a fillet with a radius of 0.5, but in this case we don't want that. So we got to use the fillet command again, and in this case the radius is 0.12. So let me use the fillet command followed by spacebar, select the first line, specify the radius, in our case it is 0.12, enter, select the second line, bam, there she goes. Again repeat the command, select the first line, second line. Okay, so you might have noticed the problem that the line is broken, there is nothing in this position and in this part also. You can increase the length of that line. Just click on that line and rectangle at the end of the line. There will be a rectangle at the end of the line. Just click on it, left click on it and drag it to wherever you want to drag it. Basically complete that line so that there is no space left. Okay, so I think this looks perfectly fine. This is exactly what they have shown in this design. Again, there's a small rectangle whose dimension is of they have not given the dimensions properly. It is 2.325. So let me make a rectangle of this width is 3 and the length is 4. So I'll just use the rectangle key REC followed by a spacebar. The X distance is 3, tab Y distance is Y, enter. Okay, so yeah, first I have to specify Y distance followed by X. So I can rotate it, just select it, and you can use the rotate command from here, this circle with an arrow, or you just type arrow followed by space bar. Then you've got to select the base point about which you want to rotate. In our case, I think this is the base point. Then just specify the angle, let 90 degree, 180, 270, whatever you want, 90 degrees. Just click on it. So, yeah, and you can move it as per your requirement. And again, then there are 2 holes and there are 3 vertical lines, and then there are some fillets. So I won't make fillets since we have already made a lot of fillets. And circle, you will know how to make it, so I'll leave that to you. So if you carefully see, then there is a dotted line over here, but in our drawing there is no dotted line as such. So how to make a dotted line? So basically, so this is where the layer properties, the layer feature comes into the picture. You've got to make a separate layer. If you click in this part, you see that there is only one layer, and that too whose color is white and the thickness is also the default thickness. So you've got to make a new layer. Click on layer properties. A new window will open up and select the first option. If you hover over it, you'll see that it's written new layer. The shortcut key is Alt plus N. Just click on it and a new layer will appear. You can give a name. Let me give a dotted. You can give any name. Enter. Then you can give the color. Let's keep it white on the line type. So this is where the preloaded type is continuous, but we want a dotted one. So just click on load and you will see different types of lines are already there in AutoCAD. So just select whichever you want to select. So let me select this one, divide. Select it, click on OK, again select that particular line, OK. So now we are having a dotted line. So let me choose the dotted line for this this part. Click on the dotted line. So now we are having a dotted line. So whatever line we make right from here onwards would be a dotted line. just let's make a line followed by spacebar, specify the first point. I'll make a random line and specify the last point. This looks good. And again, as you can see from the drawing, there are two lines near it, and both of them separated by a distance of 0.25. That is, the total distance between them is 0.25, and the distance from of one line from the center would be half. That's 0.25. So I'll offset it, select it, use offset command over followed by spacebar. Then specify the distance. In our case, it is 0.125. Enter. Then right again where you want it, on right or left. I want both sections. So first let me select anywhere in the right part. Then again select the middle line. Again select the left part. So we are having a line, but in our drawing, it is shown only the middle line is dotted, and the rest, that is the line on the left and the right, are solid ones. So we've got to change it. Just select the line which you want to change and go over this part and make it default one, that is 0 layer. Again go over here, make it 0 layer. So here, that's it. This is somewhat looking like this same only. You can just use the fillet command as we use over here, using the F followed by spacebar, and circles also using the command C followed by spacebar. And again, this part also looks like the same, so I won't draw it. Other than that, instead of that, I make the dimension so that you guys know how to dimension in your sheet. So dimensioning is pretty easy. Let's say you want to dimension this distance between this line and this line. So since it's a linear dimension, you can use the command D followed by LI, D linear, and then spacebar, and select the first point and the last point between which dimension you want to know, and click on the, and then just click it. So since the dotted layer is activated, that's why this coming dotted, select on it, go and take the default one, press escape. Okay, again the dotted is selected, so if we give a new dimension, again it will be dotted. So let me change it to the default one. Okay, now it looks good. Again use the DLI key, and this time let me give this dimension. Now suppose you want to dimension the radius of a circle, you can use command DRA followed by spacebar. Click on the circle and left click, that is, and then just drag it and left click again wherever you want to place it. If I want to place it over here, just left click. If suppose you want to give diameter or to a particular circle, you can do that. Command is DDI, and then press spacebar, then select circle, and again click the left click wherever you want to place it. So yeah, it is pretty clear. The circles are having the same diameter. The radius over here is 0.3, so obviously the diameter will be 0.6. So everything's right. And let's say I want to know the angle between this particular line and this line. So again, you can measure the angle. If you measure angle, the command is DAN, dimension angle. Then select the lines between which you want to measure the angle. It is this horizontal line, this inclined line. Again, it is showing 170. Let's say you want an angle over here. So again, you can select that too. It is 64 degrees. So we're getting the picture how this thing works. Then what other type of dimensions? Okay, so here you guys are seeing that it is written 4x and then this dimension. This basically means that they have made 4 fillets, and the dimension of each fillet is radius 0.655. So we can do it. Let me just dimension the fillet. Let me also do the radius part, DRA followed by spacebar. Select the object, and using the left click button, again left click wherever you want to place it. Okay, now just double click on it, and go to the first part and type whatever you want to type. 4 times 6, and again spacebar, enter, sorry, come backspace, and then escape, and want to see your text changes, yes. So basically this is how you can do it. If you want to add some prefixes to your dimensions, over here also you can give the dimension to this by using DLI, that is D linear. This is also D linear. This is the radius part, DI. This is a diameter, so DDA, again this is radius, you know how to add fixes. So I've covered almost every part of it. And let's say you want to add some text. Maybe this is top view, this is right inside view, this is front view. So you want to add some text. So you can click on a icon, or you can use the command T followed by spacebar, and just select the area where you want to write it, and just type the text. Let's say AutoCAD beginner. I want to type AutoCAD beginners. Okay, then if you're happy with the text, then press escape. Do you want to save blah blah, enter? Now we're having a text, but let me increase the size of this text. Double click on it, then select the entire text and increase the size. Let me make it 1. Press escape. You want to save changes? Yes. And if you want to make it 1, then just click 1, do a left click on it, and select this arrow, and just increase it, increase the column with it. And if you want to move, then click on this particular rectangle. You can move, or you can always use the move command and follow by space bar. So basically this is it. We have a sheet right now. We have used almost the basic functions. So let me again use some more functions only. Let me use hash function so that you guys know how to use hash. Let's say that I want to hash this particular region. So I can do that by using the hash command followed by space bar. And then just pick internal point. So this is internal point which I'm going to pick. Suppose I want to change the dimension of this, that is the type of this. Sorry. Then I can click on the pattern part and choose from the preloaded pattern. There are plenty of patterns to choose. Let's say I want type of pattern. Just select it and you get the pattern. If you want to give it some angle, if you want to increase length, there are a whole lot of things which you can play around with, which are very easy. I think you will know how to do. Let's say you want to save this particular sheet in a PDF format. So yeah, you can split it, Control P, print, and in the name section just Microsoft Print to PDF. Select any type of sheet. Let me select A3 sheet. Then select fit to paper, center your plot, and then go to extends, apply to layout, and just preview it. Okay, you're happy with this preview, then you can save it. So, but if you have seen some sheets, you'll come to know that there's a rectangular grid over here, and basically there's a lot of information over here, like who has made the sheet, who has checked the sheet, for whom is this sheet made, what is the date, what type of projection the design is used, whether it is first angle, third angle. You can do all those things by going in this layout part. So yeah, you can use the pre-built layout also, the pre-layout template. Just click on any of the layouts over here, or the plus sign, and right click and select from template. AutoCAD pre-built templates, you can use for a lot of pre-built templates. So let me choose this one and click open. Okay. So yeah, I'm having this sheet. So but this sheet is empty, nothing is there. So if I want this, all these drawing to be in the sheet, I've got to use a command called viewports. Viewports, this one. Then just select the view, your limit, select single view only, and then just select first corner and the last corner, basically the rectangle within which you want your entire drawing to be. Let me select that is my first corner, and let me zoom in and select this as my last corner. So my entire drawing is over here, basically in this sheet, and I can, if you want to make any changes, you can make it from here. You have to go to model and again make changes. Let's say I want to decrease the size of this. Select it. Instead of 1, I want it to 0.8. Enter. I'm happy with it. Escape. Yes. This is how you can make changes over here. Automatically the sheet will also update. Just click on the sheet and zoom to extend. Use this command. Basically zoom and fill the maximum area. If you zoom the sheet, you'll see a lot of information designed by Chai, approved, fine, blah blah. You can edit this also. Let me, if I don't want this X here over here, designed by, I want to make changes. Let me use my name. Designed by Chayesh, apply. Okay. Check by, I want to say, let me check by, let's say YouTube. Again, okay, approved by, you put the date, you get the picture, file name. You can use, you can basically fill all details. Let's say you don't want this checked by, also you want some other things like client name. So just select the particular text, click, and go to block edit. Block editor, zoom out and go to part you want to change. In our case, it's checked by. So just click on checked by, and then write what you want to write. Let's say I want to write client name, CLIENT, client name. Okay, if I'm happy with it, then close block editor. Close block editor, save changes, yes, and you'll see that the sheet is changed now. So you're getting a picture. Let's say I want to print this sheet because this looks quite good in comparison with the previous one. I can use the print feature, Control P command, and go and select D to G PDF. Select whatever sheet you want to select, and go to extends to paper, idle layout, preview. So this looks good. Just enter and you can save it. Just if you press OK, give your sheet name and save it. Let me save it. So this is how you can make AutoCAD sheet, save AutoCAD sheet. So that's it for. So let's see the saved drawing. So it looks good. I think this is a fairly good drawing. If you're new to AutoCAD and you can make this sheet, then I think you're miles ahead of your counterparts. So that's it for today, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and please help me reach my first 1,000 subscribers. Like, comment, and share my video. Your comments, your support is a lot.